Good evening and welcome back to another episode of The Longing. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to finish off King Pest and then have a look at what else we can read and also have a quick chat about something else. So, let's crack on with King Pest to begin with. A sentence, a righteous and just sentence, a glorious decree, a most worthy and upright and holy condemnation, shouted the Pest family all together. The king elevated his forehead into innumerable wrinkles. The gouty little old man puffed like a pair of bellows. The lady of the winding sheet waved her nose to and fro. The gentleman in the cotton drawers pricked up his ears. She of the shroud gasped like a dying fish, and he of the coffin looked stiff and rolled up his eyes. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Oh, that was a chuckle, apparently. Ugh, 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 chuckled Tarpaulin, without heeding the general excitation. Ugh, 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 ugh. I was saying, said he, I was saying when Mr. King Pest poked in his marlinspike, that as for the matter of 2 or 3 gallons, more or less of blackstrap, it was a trifle to a tight sea-boat like myself, not overstowed. But when it comes to drinking the health of the devil, whom God what is that word? Assoils, and going down upon my marrow-bones to his ill-favoured majesty there, whom I know, as well as I know myself, to be a sinner, to be nobody in the whole world. But Tim Hurly-Gurly, the stage player, why, it's quite another guess sort of a thing, and utterly and altogether past my comprehension. He was not allowed to finish this speech in tranquillity. At the name Tim Hurly-Gurly, the whole assembly leaped from their name-seats. Treason, shouted His Majesty King Pest the First. Treason, said the little man with the gout. Treason, screamed the Archduchess Anna Pest. Treason, muttered the gentleman with his jaws tied up. Treason, growled he of the coffin. Treason, treason, shrieked Her Majesty of the Mouth, and seizing by the hinder part of his breeches the unfortunate Tarpaulin, who had just commenced pouring out for himself a scull of liqueur, she lifted him high into the air, and let him fall without ceremony into the huge open puncheon of his beloved ale. Bobbing up and down for a few seconds like an apple in a bowl of toddy, he at length finally disappeared amid the whirlpool of foam, which, in the already effervescent liqueur, his struggles easily succeeded in creating. Not tamely, however, did the tall seaman behold the discomfiture of his companion. Jostling King Pest through the open trap, the valiant legs slammed the door down upon him with an oath, and strode towards the centre of the room. Here, tearing down the skeleton which swung over the table, he laid it about him with so much energy and goodwill that, as the last glimpses of the light died away within the apartment, he succeeded in knocking out the brains of the little gentleman with the gout. Rushing then with all his force against the fatal hogshead full of October ale and Hugh Tarpaulin, he rolled it over and over in an instant. Out burst a deluge of liquor so fierce. Oh, it's liquor, not liqueur. Well, I don't know what I'm on about. So fierce, so impetuous, so overwhelming, that the room was flooded from wall to wall. The loaded table was overturned. The trestles were thrown upon their backs, the tub of punch into the fireplace, and the ladies into hysterics. Piles of death furniture floundered about. Jugs, pitchers, and carboys mingled promiscuously in the melee, and wicker flagons encountered desperately with bottles of junk. The man with the horrors was drowned upon the spot. The little stiff gentleman floated off in his coffin, and the victorious legs, seizing by the waist the fat lady in the shroud, rushed out with her into the street and made a bee-line for the free and easy, followed under easy sail by the redoubtable Hugh Tarpaulin, who, having sneezed 3 or 4 times, panted and puffed after him with the Duchess and a pest. The end. What an interesting book. To be quite frank. Very interesting book. So, we're going to have a look at which other short ones we can read, because I don't think I'm going to do any more of the longer ones. We've not done Morella. I don't think I'm going to do Morella. Just because it seems like it's going to be more awkward. Maybe Ligeia. Contemplating the Time Machine, to be quite honest. I may put a poll up to ask which book we want to read going forwards. Though again, maybe not. We're definitely getting close to the end of this series, though. I have to be honest. We're getting very close. Post Poems, Secrets, Wind in the Willows. That one's too long. Too long. No. No. Maybe. That one's quite a short one. That one's potentially a bit too long. But, again, if people want me to, I could be tempted. Oh, let's read this. This one's nice and small. In the fog. Strange to wander in the fog. Each bush and stone stands alone. No tree sees the next one. Each is alone. My world was full of friends when my life was filled with light. Now as the fog descends, none is still to be seen. Truly there is no wise man who does not know the dark, which quietly and inescapably separates him from everything else. Strange to wander in the fog. To live is to be alone. No man knows the next man. Each is alone. Well, that was interesting. So, there is actually something else I do want to mention. I will be putting an image in the edit after this of the Shade plushie thing that I got from Makeship, I think it is, that arrived yesterday. So there should be an image on screen around about now of what I received. And it's quite interesting. Doesn't quite fit on the shelves behind me. The head is a little bit too big. But otherwise it's quite nice. Just thought I'd mention that as well. Other than that, we are down to needing... Oh, I can't remember how many pieces of paper. We still need 132, I believe. We've got 77. That's an odd number to have, to be honest. So we still need to get just under 60. Actually, we will count up how many we actually still need to do at some point. Because I may have done a couple extra and forgotten about them, as far as the count is concerned. So we will do a count at some point. Not today, it'll take me too long today. Before the end of the episode. But we will be sure to do a count of that. Re. I don't know who these are. Or what's going on with these two. Or the creature. Well, maybe the creature is the shade and because of the creator. Wait, stay or leave, night versus day. Oh, maybe that's trying to paint a picture of what it's like if we leave. Night in the cave versus the path to day in the sun. The heart is an abyss. Well, anyway. Wait, hang on. I wonder if this is trying to tell us something. Because that looks like a spider web around a mushroom. But normally it says you can't take the mushroom on the spider web, so I'm wondering if there is a thing you can do with the mushroom and the spider web. Interesting. Oh well. We are going to leave it there, so thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon or night, no matter what time of day it is. I hope you all have a wonderful one of it, and as always we will be back tomorrow for more of The Longing. Goodbye.